This year we are going to spend our holidays in Great Britain again. We want to explore the regions of the Yorkshire Dales and the Lake District. The national parks are very popular with wanderers, mountain bikers, and also for motorbikers they are interesting destinations.
Starting from our hometown Barnsdorf, we are going directly to the ferry port Amsterdam IJmuiden, where we arrive at 1 p.m.
The queue of the waiting people is already long. While waiting, we are getting in conversation with some other motorbikers from Switzerland and France. Most of them want to go to Scotland. We are excited to see our ship, the King Seaways, and hope that we will not be accommodated like this.
In the heart of the ship we have to fasten our motorbike with belts so that it will be safe during the overnight crossing to Newcastle.
Thank God our cabin looks better than we thought. Before departure of the ship and dinner on board, we are having enough time to enjoy the sun on deck. Strengthened by a good meal and a bit tired, we are going back to our cabin and are sleeping very well. The sea is calm. The next morning is welcoming us with sunshine. After a quick and uncomplicated immigration control, we are starting our tour across the island to Windermere.
We have just left Durham behind us and it's time for a first stop at a filling station and a walk to the toilet. On the road again.
The landscape of the Yorkshire Dales is amazing. There are not many houses. However, nature lovers find a lot of hiking trails. We love cruising through these green hills and valleys on roads where is not much traffic. And from time to time, small villages are on our way. In the afternoon, we are reaching Windermere, our destination for the next few days. Our bed and breakfast is Westbury House, and the public parking, which by the way is free of charge for motorbikes, is just opposite the house. We are having a nice room with view to the street and the parking space, where we can always see our motorbike, which is very important for motorbikers. Our first day in Windermere is welcoming us with rain, and the weather forecast is saying rain for the whole day. So we are deciding to give the motorbike a break today. Joe is lending us an umbrella. Thank you for that. And then we are starting to explore our surroundings. Bowness on Windermere is only a few minutes walk away from our home. Real northern Germany people are not afraid of rain. The Bellsfield Hotel with sea view belongs to the best hotels in Windermere. For dinner, Joe recommended the Brookside Inn, just a few steps away. And she is right. After a good meal and an exhausting day, Klaus is needing a rest.
Our destination today is the Ravenglass and Exdale Railway.
After an excellent breakfast, Joe is wishing us a nice day. Again, we are enjoying the beautiful landscape, which is so typical for England. We can only drive very slowly on the narrow single roads with blind summits and curves. Sometimes they are also steep. For a distance of 45 miles, we are needing more than 2 hours, but the spectacular views are compensating us for the difficulties. Ravenglass is the only coastal village in the Lake District National Park. Its attraction is the Ravenglass and Exdale Railway, one of the oldest and longest narrow-gauge railways in England. The heritage steam engines transport passengers from Ravenglass to Dalgarth for Bute, some 210 feet above sea level. We had seen a film about the railway on German TV and are now curious to see it in real. There are many people at the little station because a train will depart soon. Tall people may get problems in the small wagons. After a longer stay and a snack, we are on the road again. The Lakeland Motor Museum is the next destination we want to visit. It contains a unique collection of 30,000 exhibits. That includes 140 classic cars and motorbikes, all carefully assembled over 50 years. The entire collection is presented in a social context. I suppose most of the German policemen would like to have such a police car. This MGA Roadster of the 1960s was one of 50 others which have been used by the English police to control the traffic.
And again we are ready for takeoff. Tunhill, the highest pub in England, is one of our destinations today.
On a lonely site high in the Yorkshire Dales stands a unique and historic place dating back to the 17th century. With its exposed beams, stone-flagged floor and welcoming fire, the Tunhill Inn, Britain's highest public house at 1,732 feet above sea level.
Today it's also a popular destination for motorbikers of all nationalities.
During the 18th century it was used as a hostelry by workers digging coal pits. Tunhill Inn was the first public house to obtain a license to hold wedding ceremonies under laws that allow people to marry in places other than a church or registry office.
It is very cozy and also well sorted.
After a pot of coffee, we are going on through the lonely hills of the Yorkshire Dales to the Kilhope lead mines. Nieuwhoop Lead Mines is a multi-award-winning 19th century mining museum where you can experience the life and work of the lead mining families of the North Pennines. For a few short years in the 1870s, the mine was one of the richest in the whole of Britain. Oops, take care, Klaus. The giant water wheel was built in the 1870s. At that time, this water wheel was one of many in the area. Now it's one of the only two surviving William Armstrong of Crackside's water wheels. With the help of this machinery, the lead ore was separated from the waste. Here we are getting an impression of the miner's life when they are not working. During the week, up to 24 men lived in one room, 3 to 4 men in one bed. Rats were their constant companions. More men died by tuberculosis than through accidents in the mine. We are back to Windermere. Carlisle, with its about 70,000 inhabitants, the only bigger city near the Lake District and the westernmost end of the Hadrian's Wall, are the places we want to visit today. After a while, we have found a small hidden parking space. However, a view over the wall would have shown us the big parking with motorbike places free of charge. The huge area of the cathedral is a very impressive sight. Surrounded by a wall, we are feeling to be in former times. Water for dogs is also available. To Klaus, this place has a very special effect. The inside of the cathedral and the treasury are really worth to see. Especially the chorus, which was completed in 1380 with a wonderful east window and the painted star ceiling. You should take your time to visit all this. On our way to Bowness-on-Solway, where the end of the Hadrian's Wall should be located, we are driving along the Solway Firth. What you see on the other side of the Firth is Scotland. What we do not see here are the ruins of the Hadrian's Wall. However, we are finding a sign that is telling us that the distance from here to Rome is 1,150 miles. On the way back to Windermere it begins to rain, so that we are deciding to shorten the tour and to go back directly.
On the next morning the weather is better and we are on our way to England's highest railway station, the Dent station in the Yorkshire Dales National Park.
The station was first opened for public use on 6th of August 1877. Dent station has a great railway history. Apart from being Britain's highest mainline station, it is unusual in that it is situated 4 miles away and 600 feet higher than the actual village of Dent. In the peak of its use, over 90 trains a day would pass through the station, though over time the East Coast and West Coast main lines became more favorable and quicker routes to Scotland. Dent used to have a signal box and also a loading platform. This was principally used for loading cattle and coal.
But you and I shall stay the same, that longed for voice, that precious name.
The station itself was sold by Railtrack in 1985 and purchased by Neil Ambrose, who restored the property over a period of some 20 years. In 2006, Robin Hughes purchased the station and has engaged the help of local craftsmen and experts to help restore the station to its former glory and also upgrade its living accommodation to make it a suitable, stylish, comfortable and inviting holiday accommodation for guests who want to explore the Dales.
Voices of past years may hide behind the sighs and tears, but yet may live above this mind, deeper than thoughts that see so blind. For you and I shall share the days beyond our many travelled ways, and though ahead we may not see, we walk together, you and me. Walk the road together.
Again we are coming through this wonderful landscape with its green hills, stone-bordered sheep runs and picturesque villages, which we like so much.
Constant as the day.
The road, which is winding up to Dent station, is becoming narrower and steeper.
See, like the sleeping springtime flower that shelters till waking hour, true friendship may notice the dawn, but like the spring, it will not die.
Unfortunately, just when passing the nice village of Dent, we have the wrong camera setting. What a pity. Then finally the station lies in front of us, 1,148 feet above sea level. Except us, there is nobody else. Unusual for a railway station. We are being informed by a sign we are on strike. Oh, not only in Germany railway can be on strike. Anyway, we will have a look.
when this seedling was begun, it grew into the springtime flower that keeps us living hour by hour.
Normally the train crosses this old viaduct. I made the photo backward over my shoulder. Many people are waiting here to take a nice photo of the passing train. Unfortunately today they will wait in vain.
We love cruising through this amazing landscape on this sunny day.
With many new impressions and a bit tired, we are returning to Windermere. In the cozy bar Fodder, just around the corner, we are taking a snack. Lamps are upside down here. We love coming here. The staff is friendly, food and music are good. And the beer too. Today is the last day of our stay and we have decided to spend it motorcycle free. After breakfast we are walking to Bowness on Windermere because we are planning to make a boat trip on Lake Windermere to admire the surroundings from the water.
To meet a true love awaited as she was riding over the plain.
Since mid of the 19th century, the lake and its surroundings are one of the most popular holiday regions in England.
Or else this moment your life will have. And when she dropped him all this lore, she said, kind sir, there is one thing more, a golden ring which I know you have. Deliver it to your sweet life to save. Oh, that golden ring, a token is, my life I'll lose, the ring I'll save. Being tender-hearted just like a dove, she rode away from her true love. Now next morning in the garden green, just like true love years they were seen. Despite his watch.
Already in the 19th century, holidaymakers enjoyed from here the view on the largest lake in the Lake District.
Makes you blush at so silly a thing. I thought to have had your golden ring. 'Twas I that
We are passing boathouses and stylish villas.
Here's your watch and your gold again. Oh, I did intend, and it was to know if that you were me true love or no. So now I have a contented mind. My heart and all, my dear, is thine.
For the English folk and a man's a man away, who delves the coal and the iron ore and shapes the potter's clay. For this is the song of the Staffordshire man, in fortune girl in mind. Our fire shall burn and our mill wheels turn, and the knot shall be our sign.
Surrounded by a big garden, we are seeing the clubhouse of the Motorboat Racing Club, which was founded in 1920.
The potters makers of they sing the Stafford song. For this is the song of the Staffordshire man, and fortune girl in mind. Our fire shall burn.
Unfortunately, it is a bit cold this morning. With a cup of hot coffee, we are warming up.
whose drink is the best of beer. Our fields feed beast for the Christmas feast, and you may share our cheer. For this is the song of the Sabbateer man.
It is Sunday today, and the English motorbikers are also on the move. Lake Windermere is a popular destination. The seagulls are forming the honor guard for us. The rowboats are waiting for guests, who will certainly come during the day.
If the cause be right, we are game for the fight, we never were known to yield.
Many people are walking through Bowness today. Shops are open and are inviting people to buy souvenirs.
Aye, this is the song of the Sabbateer man, forged in kiln and mine. Our fire shall burn, our mill wheels turn.
This evening we have found a parking space just across the street. This will make it easier to load the bike tomorrow morning. A last view to Westbury House, where we really felt at home. And then we are going back to Newcastle. From time to time it is raining, but we are reaching the port of Newcastle in time. While we are waiting for embarkation, the rain is getting heavier. A cozy cabin is waiting for us on board the Princess Seaways. We are going back to IJmuiden. Although the weather was not always good, we are looking back to wonderful and interesting holidays, taking with us a lot of new impressions. Thank you Joe and Alan for a pleasant stay at Westbury House, which we will recommend to other bikers whenever they want to visit the Lake District.